We are taking off runway 19 right.
Sometimes the best adventures are the ones you don't plan. After weeks of rain, overcast skies, and no flying, I woke up to a beautiful day, the kind that pilots dream about. Clear skies, crisp air, and hardly a cloud in sight. I came home, looked at my wife, and said, let's fly to Half Moon Bay for brunch. Taking off from Concord, we're gonna have to fly through or under the big bad San Francisco Bravo airspace, which is definitely scary for newer pilots. At the end of the day, it's quite simple. Follow directions and listen to the radios. As I said previously, we haven't been up in a while, so we're extremely excited. We're actually quite hungry.
And it's a sunny day.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
It's a lovely day, super bright, super sunny. This is our last flight of the year. Happy New Year, everybody. 2024 has been an amazing year for us. This is the year I got my pilot certificate. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary of marriage, and we've gone on a bunch of adventures thus far. It has been an absolute blast.
So if you're new here, welcome. If you've tuned in before, thanks for coming back. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out. 2025 is going to be a busy year for us. Let's talk a little bit about our intended route of travel. While I was doing my pre-flight, I ran into another pilot from the same flying club, and he actually said he's going Half Moon Bay also. So I asked him for any recommendations and how he likes to do it. The route he gave us was to hop over the hills, drop in under Oakland's airspace, fly over Hayward, over the San Ramon Bridge, to San Carlos Airport, and then up and over the hill and drop down into Half Moon Bay. Our first frequency change is over to Oakland's tower, so let's see what directions they're giving us and what they would like us to do.
Archer 56 Kilo, if you want, you could actually head direct towards San Carlos and go through Hayward's airspace. Would you like to do that?
Sure, no problem. Go direct to San Carlos, head through Hayward's airspace.
Okay, Archer 56 Kilo, when able, descend and maintain VFR at or below 1,400.
Okay, as soon as I get over these hills, I'll descend down to 1,400. Thank you so much.
This is where things start to get interesting. We've already been flying under San Francisco Bravo shelves of 6,000 feet, 5,000 feet, 4,000 feet. Now we must descend below Oakland's Charlie shelves of 1,500 feet. This will put us in Hayward's airspace, which is surface to 1,499 feet. Hayward is a towered airport, and they've cleared us to fly over midfield above 1,200 feet. It's just about time for our fourth frequency change of the day, so let's check in with San Carlos Tower.
San Carlos Tower, Archer 9556 Kilo. On a bay transition, heading your direction to fly up and over the hill to Half Moon Bay, 956 Kilo.
Tower transition approved via KNBR, San Carlos altimeter 3027.
3027, thank you so much, 9556 Kilo. Coming into SFO, also look to the left. You see the light?
Yeah,
How neat.
this is wild. There's another one over there.
With 737s flying overhead, we're flying right below the approach path for runways 28 left and 28 right at SFO. The shelf of this Bravo airspace begins at 1,500 feet. We are currently at 1,400 feet. Looking in between the tires, you can see San Carlos's runway. San Carlos has a very interesting airspace. It falls under 4 different shelves of San Francisco's Bravo airspace. You're just outside of San Jose's Charlie airspace, and Palo Alto's Delta airspace is 1.1 miles away. On the east side of the runway, the airspace is from surface to 1,499 feet. And on the west side of the runway, it's surface to 2,000 feet. As we pass San Carlos's runway, it's time for our 5th frequency change of the day as we contact NorCal approach. Flying over the Crystal Springs Reservoir, ATC lets us know that there's no traffic between us and Half Moon Bay, so it's time to pick up the ATIS at Half Moon Bay and get on the CTAF frequency so we can announce our arrival as well as listen in for other traffic that's in the area. And on a beautiful day like this, there definitely are some other planes flying in.
Bay traffic 8359, turning final 30 to the Brunch traffic bay.
Half Moon Bay traffic bearing 858 Papa on a 45 for right downwind runway 30. Half Moon Bay, looking for the Cherokee.
Cherokee's at 1800 just off the coast. Gonna come in and fly over midfield and then make that 45 for the pattern entry for right downwind 30, Half Moon Bay.
And 858 Pop is just coming up on the shoreline on the 45 for right downwind runway 30, descending through 1,420 feet.
When flying into an untowered airport, my pattern entry is always the same. I fly over midfield at 1,000 feet above pattern altitude to give me enough time to get the lay of the land, listen to other traffic in the pattern, as well as make visual contact.
Okay, I'm going to do a 360 for sequencing and try and slow down to 120 knots.
Although Tatum isn't a pilot, I've trained her to understand radio communications, and she's very good at helping me search for traffic. 2 sets of eyes are better than 1, and I always tell Tatum, call out what you see, even if you think I may have seen it. There's a lot going on at this airport today. We've got traffic taking off, 1 in the pattern, 1 just landed, and this Baron and I are trying to make pattern entry as well. As we enter the pattern, Tay and I are enthralled with this view.
Archer 56 Kilo is on that downwind for runway 30, Half Moon Bay traffic.
Half Moon Bay traffic, Baron 58 Papa is right crosswind runway 30, Half Moon Bay full stop.
That Baron pilot actually misspoke. He's turning right base. He did say right crosswind, but I have eyes on him and I have him on my GPS. This is why it's so important to take the time to orient yourself to the runways and other traffic in the pattern. Look at this view. A day like this is hard to beat. Clear skies, cool crisp air, and a view like this, man.
Half Moon Bay traffic, Archer 956 Kilo is turning right base for runway 30, Half Moon Bay. Half Moon Bay traffic, 956 Kilo is turning final for runway 30, Half Moon Bay.
I actually overshot final a little bit here. The danger in that is you freak out and you yank back on the yoke, which would send you into an accelerated stall. I'm not really in the mood to go for a swim, so I make sure my airspeed is appropriate and I get myself lined back up at the runway. Flying final approach coming in over the water is absolutely beautiful. We're flying past their marina, we're gonna fly over some beautiful homes, but my primary focus is airspeed, altitude, and maintaining the center line. So far so good. Airspeed at 76 knots, altitude looks good, and I'm on center line. Aiming to land on the numbers. This year my goals are to get my instrument rating and start working toward my commercial license. So I'm gonna hold myself to a strict standard on all of my landings. That way when I start my commercial training, I'm already precise because I've been holding myself to those standards. The only thing that can ruin my day now is a rough, bouncy landing. So let's see how I put this thing down. Not exactly butter, but I hit my point and it was a safe landing, so I will take it. Let's get off this runway, secure the airplane, and walk over to Pilot Light Café for brunch. I'm starving, so it was the longest 100 steps of my life. Outdoor seating is awesome, you've got great views of the runway and planes in the pattern, but personally, I'm a little chilly, so we're gonna sit inside. We made it.
You did make it.
I'm pumped.
Yeah?
A quick look at the menu and I know what I'm having. Cheers to a beautiful flight and a safe landing.
Very good. Nice spice cider. The orange, a little bit of orange changes things up. Very nice.
Other than peak airplane performance, I think spice cider might be my favorite part of winter. Tay was in more of a lunch mood, so she got a spicy chicken sando with garlic fries.
Great flavor.
She likes the flavor and you can see that it's juicy.
So what score would you give it?
Maybe an 8?
What would make it a 10?
Not having pickles on.
My favorite part of brunch is the breakfast part, and anyone in my family will tell you I've always loved French toast. So my choice was the lemon ricotta French toast.
was so good they didn't last long. French toast is gone.
Let's head back to the Archer and get up out of here. And survey says, how was the burger?
It was good. Really good. Really delicious. Messy, but really good. You couldn't have had it. It had peanuts in it.
Oh, well, then no peanuts for me, but
It was good.
a chicken sandwich is supposed to be messy. So
Yeah.
Tatum's on camera duty. I'm gonna knock out a quick pre-flight, and we're gonna get back up in the sky, head home. I believe we're gonna take the coastal route on the way up, so we'll fly over Golden Gate Bridge, head on home over the water. It'll be beautiful for sure. Excited, can't wait. Half Moon Bay, if you've never been, you have to fly in. This place is gorgeous.
Half Moon Bay traffic, Archer 9556 kilo. Gonna take off runway 30 for a straight out departure, Half Moon Bay.
If the paint scheme on that 182 looks familiar, it's because we're from the same flying club. Shout out NRI. There's traffic that's turning base, so we're gonna check and make sure final is clear one more time before we take runway 30.
Archer 556 kilo is taking the active. I have the traffic on base in sight, Half Moon Bay.
And we are off the ground. Stay with us for the flight back because it is equally as beautiful as flying in. We've got coastal views, and we're gonna try to fly over one of the most iconic bridges on the planet.
What a beautiful little airport.
Yeah.
Huge runway,
Yeah. No kidding.
150 feet wide. Oh wow, look at the waves breaking. This is sick.
I'm sure we've said it at least a few times on this channel. Flying over bodies of water, lakes, the ocean are easily some of our favorite views.
So pretty. I don't feel like we ever get clear days like this. This is awesome.
Same, very rare.
As we depart out, I listen for traffic that may be coming my direction before switching over to approach, requesting flight following, and seeing which route they're gonna allow me to take home. I'm trying to get over the Golden Gate Bridge.
56 kilo, just stay outside of Bravo and north of the Bay Bridge en route to Buchanan.
Thank you very much. North of the Bay Bridge and stay out of the Bravo 56 kilo.
Wow. Getting to fly over Golden Gate is kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
Our request was approved. We get to fly over the bridge, which to me is an epic ending to an awesome day. Tatum super pumped, taking some photos. I'm gonna rock the wings to allow her to get a great shot. And then of course, I wanna see the bridge as we fly over it also. So I'll rock it back my way so I can get a look. Aviation is more than a hobby. It's an obsession and a passion. For now, I'm having a blast flying small planes, but hopefully I get to fly jets someday. Let's get configured for landing and see how I put this thing down.
Fuel selector, yep. Proper tank, seat back, seat belts, fuel pump, mixture is set. Blast below 115, trim to 86, yep. Final approach speed with 40 knots, 76 miles per hour. Cool. Archer 56 kilo, reporting a 2 mile right base for 19er right.
Archer 56 kilo, 19er right, clear to land.
19er right, cleared to land. 56 kilo, thank you.
It's been a great day. The views have been awesome. The food was good. And most importantly, I got to fly an airplane. After an epic day, I understand why pilots say their favorite airport is their home airport. This is where you end all of your adventures and you make it back home safely. As we cross the fence, I notice a jet from JSX holding short, waiting for us to land. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself and put down a decent landing. I put it down about 350 feet past the numbers. Safe landing, decently smooth, but wouldn't have passed the commercial check ride. We'll make sure to get better next time.
This was a nice little easy flight. I liked this. Beautiful day.
Yeah, I agree. Beautiful day, beautiful bay tour. Awesome flying over the water. Half Moon Bay's approach is really, really neat. The food was good. Flying over the Golden Gate Bridge is pretty cool also.
This was really fun though. Love you. Thanks for taking me.
This was awesome. Well, thank you so much for flying with us. We had a blast. This was a load of fun. It is definitely, to me, the most scenic flight we've ever taken.
Make sure you come and fly again with us soon and tune into the Fly Media podcast. May there always be wind beneath your wings.